minutes before kickoff to get them.
So you would go around and write
The match report. Yeah. So basically I'd sit over in the grandstand over there and just sit on my laptop and write what I saw, and then do a coach after the game or play after the game, and then send it off, and that was pretty much it, I think. that's saying, like, I think I'm saying to my girlfriend as well, I'm like, it's not so much nerves as like, gun fuck ups, like, you know, before an exam, it's like, you know you have notes, it's no, you're ready for it, but you're still just nervous.
Yeah, it's your first one.
Yeah, and that, but, no, we're good. Do we need to do another test, or we good?
Maybe say a few words.
Test, test, test. Welcome to Ernie Smith Reserve here in Sydney, Southwest. Nice.
We just start when they walk out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess my ears will stay warm.
Yeah.
That's the first thing of mine to go cold is the ears. I always need a beanie.
Yeah, I might have to get gloves.
Yeah.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
How now, Brunk? How now, Brunk?
Maybe put it a bit away.
Bit away.
Yeah, because I can hear you breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's good there?
Yeah.
Alright.
And maybe just a step back. So
Yep.
just in case I go here.
Yeah, you're good.
With this, it hasn't got a backside on it.
Yeah, okay.
Try to flip it around the way if I can.
Perfect, thank you.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ernie Smith Reserve for today's National Premier League Round 14 fixture. We welcome all players, coaches, officials, members, sponsors, volunteers and supporters joining us for this afternoon's match between Southern Districts Raiders and North West Sydney Football. We ask all spectators to enjoy the game in a positive and respectful manner. Please support your team passionately while respecting players, match officials and fellow fans at all times. Now please show your support as we welcome the two teams to the field. Spectators, we'd like to remind you that the bar is now open. The canteen is serving all things hot. The toilets are at the rear of the main building here, and there is a raffle. Don't forget to take part in our Mother's Day raffle. Tickets can be purchased at the front gate, $2 per ticket or 3 for $5. The raffle will be drawn after the first grade game.
Oh, thank you. You too.
A very warm good evening here from Ernie Smith Reserve ahead of this round 14 fixture in the Men's National Premier League New South Wales competition between Southern District Raiders and Northwest Sydney Spirit. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Keane McKenna and I'm making my commentary debut here this evening, so it's a pleasure to call this one for you. With next week marking the halfway point of the season, both sides are looking to rediscover their form here tonight with a crucial 3 points on the line that could help shape either side's second half of the season. SD Raiders, they're coming off a narrow defeat at the hands of the champions Appia Leichhardt last week. They led 2-1 in that fixture, though couldn't hold on in the second half, ultimately going down 3-2. For Spirit, they rediscovered their winning mentality last weekend, picking up a vital 2-1 win at home over Manly United that sees them enter this contest sitting inside the top 6. A big 90 minutes ahead of us here in Sydney Southwest, but first let's check in on both sides and how they line up here today. For Goran Laboya's side, SD Raiders, Michael Figuera starts in goals. Cooper Hannigan, Lachlan Everett, James Letta, Luka Knezovic, Lachlan McGrath, Martin Fernandez, Charlie Ragg, Sebastian Malfara, Robert Amugo and Ethan Bevan make the starting 11. One change from that side from last week's Appia game. It's Sebastian Malfara coming in to start against his brother's team. His brother is none other than Sergio Malfara, NWS Spirit's head coach. He comes in ahead of Thomas Mako, who is placed on the bench. For NWS Spirit, Chris Marks starts in goal. Aidan Mustafi, Kaya Williams, Shoki Yoshida, Captain Grant Cornwell, Costa Petrados, Simon Nicholas, Riku Kobayashi, Andre Dakami, Zane Alawalia, and Deizo Horikoshi is the starting 11 for Spirit. Deizo Horikoshi coming in ahead of last week's goal scorer Ben Duro, who is dropped to the bench. And it's a return for Corey Kavanagh, number 6 for NWS Spirit. He returns to the bench, hoping to make his first appearance here this season. Our referee here tonight is Harriet G. She's supported by Matthew Harris, Daniel Kornowski, and fourth official Rory McFarlane. It's a cool evening here in southwest Sydney, but it is sure to light up on the field here. Both sides looking for a win, as I said already, and hoping to get onto winning ways, as it looks like Spirit will start us off here, playing in their traditional yellow and black kits, and Raiders in their green and white outfit. As Petrados gets us underway here in this round 14 fixture, and already there's a foul there. Good intent there by the Raiders, straight from kickoff, getting into Petrados very early. These two teams do have a history. SD Rays do know Spirit from previous fixtures. They haven't faced each other in over 4 years. Last time they faced each other, it was in the Football New South Wales League 1 when both teams were in that competition. Their last meeting coming on the 11th of June 2022, with Spirit taking a 1-0 win there. Their last meeting here at Ernie Smith was the 26th of March of that same year. Spirit ultimately getting promoted at the end of that year, and Raiders joining them in their debut season here as they work their way down the left-hand side, looking to try and find some space, and that's lovely played here for Fernandez. Cornwell does well, gets the ball, and clears it upfield. As Horikoshi chase that one down, but Figueroa is able to recollect, and Fernandez sent down the wing. Flag stays down for now, but ultimately goes out over the far sideline. As I said, both teams are looking to rediscover some form here in this one. 2 wins in their last 5 for both sides. Raiders, their 2 wins coming at Western Sydney Wanderers with a Fernandez double in a 2-1 win there. And they knocked off St. George FC with Knezovic scoring a 81st minute winner in that one. As there's a tussle there over the far sideline. Looks like McGrath involved in that one, and Petrados. Raiders targeting Petrados early in the goings of this one, as Harriet G looks to set the tone early in this one, as McGrath and Petrados shake hands, and we'll move on with a throw-in on the far side. And Tita Omugo, who was unable to turn but wins the foul. Deemed that Nicholas went through the back of Omugo there. Very choppy here already. Both teams wanting to set their dominance here early. It's here with Everett. Here with Mafara. Played up towards Knezovic. Here was Mustafi. Alaway fizzed that into Kobayashi and loses it there. Here with McGrath. Out to Rag. Rag, one of the goal scorers last week, goal and assist in that 3-2 loss. Like I said, they led that game and ultimately probably should have came away with some sort of points in that fixture against Appia. They pushed them all the way, and it took a special finish from Appia to get over the line here. Goran Laboya talking to our Football New South Wales reporter after last week's fixtures, and he said he was gutted after that game. Could have put that game away in the first half, fell asleep in the second and got punished for it. So definitely looking for a response from his side in this one, looking to get back to winning ways. There were 2 on the trot before that loss to Apia, and hoping to move up in the league table. A win can see them go up to 8th, as that one is cleared forward by Nicholas, but runs all the way through to Figueira. Costas pushes up to Knazovic, drop back. Everett got pipped. And it's here with Horikoshi. Pushed on to Kakami. Surrounded by green shirts. And the Rays win the throw-in. For Spirit, it was the other way around. They returned back to winning ways last weekend with that 2-1 win over Manly. It was 3 without a win before last week. Now they're trying to make this 2 in a row as they try and push up into 5th this weekend. A loss here could see them drop out of the top 6, and they definitely want to keep their firm grip in the top 6 as we enter the halfway point of the season. That's early pressure here for Kobayashi. And he wins the throw-in. Good high press here from Spirit. Kaya Williams on the throw out on the far side. 5 minutes gone already. And a very fast-paced start to this game. Kobayashi goes down. Cleared away here for Nicholas. Nicholas driving forward, and the shot! And it's not a bad effort. Forced a very good save out of Figueira in net. Given the time and space, Nicholas, from range, got a sweet connection of that. Figueira saw all the way, though, but need to push it up and over the bar. That'll be the first corner of this evening. Yoshida with the cross. Unable to find a Spirit head, though it's back to Yoshida. Knazovic does well to get a foot on it. Here for Nicholas. He switches back out to Yoshida. Brings it down lovely. And the cross in. Is there a chance? Petrados is there. And it goes agonizingly wide. No one able to get the final touch on it. Raiders will now clear. Very good start here for Spirit in the early goings, as the high press is working very well, as Petrados blocks that one down on Hannigan. It's here with Bevan. Plays it out here to McGrath. Trying to find passage down the left side as Amugo fights that one. Alawele comes away with it. Sent long, but too far. And all the way back to Figueira. Here with Mustafi. Scored the winner in last week's 2-1 win over Manly. It was a wonderful effort coming off the left-hand side. A screamer into the top left corner. A goal worthy of winning any game. There's hands over there, but no foul given. As I mentioned, there's history between these two sides, but the biggest mark in history looking into this one is the return of Sergio Malfarra, NWS Spirit's head coach, first season as head coach, though he served 8 years here at SD Raiders, partially as technical director for their JDL programs and capacity in that form. I talked to him before the game, and he said it was bittersweet coming home here today. He felt it was home here. He did a lot of growing up here in his younger age. As there's a foul there for Spirit, for Raiders, apologies. There's some words there. For Kaya Williams. And it'll be an early yellow card here for the 20-year-old. an early booking. We'll have to stay careful. With still 72 minutes remaining. And now it's Raiders with a chance to swing in a chance and force Chris Marks into some action here in the Spirit net. It'll be Mafara standing over this one as he looks to whip this one in. Crosses in. Placer Mugo got the touch, cleared away by Cornwell. It's here now with Mustafi. And he's able to clear his line up to Petrados as it stays in. Is there a break here? It's here for Horikoshi. But Everett does well to get in front of his man. End-to-end stuff here. It's here with Takami. Williams. Lovely one-touch footwork as Yoshida gets around his man. Cuts back inside, still with Yoshida. The cross, still there, still alive. Figueroa was able to clean it up. It's a scramble in the box. And it ultimately goes out for a goal kick. Looked like Petrados got in front of Figueroa there at the near post. Figueroa unable to catch it cleanly. It looks like he might have caught some sort of contact there as he holds his nose. But ultimately, Raiders survive once again. As I was saying, Mafara said it was nice to come home to Raiders where he spent 8 years, though, as he said to his team, you don't get any more points for winning this game today. It is 3 points on his mind and asserting themselves inside the top 6. It's here with McGrath. Now Bevan and Spirit start to push. Cleared down the line. Hannigan chasing after it. But ultimately runs out of room. Stuffy finding difficult to get in, eventually gets it in and cleared. And it's Horikoshi pressing, but it's well dealt with there by the Rays defense. Lovely flick there by Everett. And towards the middle, Nicholas does well. Alawale unable to keep it. As there's a fight for possession here, trying to get under control. Mugo loses out. Cornwell puts a foot on it. Tries to release. Alawalea. Crossing towards Petrados. Everett got up well. It's here for Yoshida. Cut back. Everett there to get a foot in. Hannigan. Still alive, still in for Yoshida. Here's Mustafi. Mustafi still going, cut back. And it's a good and necessary foot in there. As Spirit continue to pressure. Short was passed. And cleared away by Knezovic. Spirit starting the more lively of the two sides. The high press they're putting on. The Raiders defense is working so far. Able to catch the Raiders up high. As that one is through for Horikoshi. Chases it down. Returning to the starting lineup today. And it's here for Mustafi. Alawale putting a foot on it before moving it out to Cornwell. Alawale over the top. And flag goes up for offside. on Kobayashi. Kobayashi been dangerous in the last few games for Spirit, 4 in his last 5. He's tied leading goal scorer for Spirit. It's the 2 Japanese internationals, Riku Kobayashi and Shoki Yoshida, who lead the way for Spirit, 4 goals apiece. A side that has scored 17 goals throughout the opening 14 rounds. As Williams wins that battle over Fernandez. Push it in towards the middle. See it for Yoshida, who could line up a shot, and he does. And it was always up and over. 2 good looks now on goal for Spirit. Still Nicholas with the best chance of the game so far, forcing that save out of Figuera. And when you look at the firepower that Spirit has, they will be favouring themselves here in this contest. SD Raiders have conceded 29 goals through the opening 14 games of the season. Second worst in the league. 2 notable fixtures that have caused the bad goals against for the home side was a 6-1 defeat at Marconi just 4 weeks ago, and then in round 2, a 5-1 defeat at the hands of Sydney Olympic. Those 2 of note. So Spirit will be hoping to capitalise here, and SD Rays be hoping to keep a clean sheet here. Only 1 on the year so far against St. George. There's a foul there, and it's another yellow card. 2 early yellow cards, 1 for each team now in the opening 15 minutes. And it'll be a dangerous free kick here. Not too far out, though. It's still in that awkward position where they could still cross. As that yellow card comes for captain James Letter. 16 minutes gone. So 2 players already walking the tightrope in the early goings of this game. This one is left foot to Kami. It's crossed in towards Petrados. And it was needed to be cleared away there. But it looked like Charlie Ragg. There'll be another corner here as Spirit look to keep the pressure on Raiders. Crossing from Yoshida. It's a high one towards the back post. Hair there by Williams. Cleared away by Raiders. Cornwell goes in strong. Malfarah comes away with it. It's here with Fernandez. Pushed out wide to Hannigan. Can he get the cross in? Gets past Mustafi. Goes in strong there, but Spirit does well to win it. There's the Kami there. Coming up strong as here with Cornwall now. Kobayashi coming away with it. Plays in Horikoshi. But just went a split second too early. Good move there by Spirit. Got back well off the corner. Raiders looking to break. The flag ultimately coming up. The Rays' attack have been quiet through the opening 18 minutes. Fernandez with 5 goals to his name leading the team. Hasn't really been seen in terms of an attacking chance. As there's a mistake here, Petrados, can he capitalize? Still Petrados, surrounded by Green. Hannigan there for the Raiders and gets past Petrados. Lucky survival there by the Raiders. Playing with fire out the back.
Hey, positive, Costa! Hey, next action, dale.
As I was saying, the Raiders' attack have been quiet through this opening period. Fernandez unable to see. Amugo, who scored last week, hasn't been seen. And Knezovic nor has had a look on goal. And Spirit continued to suffocate the possession and early chances. Here's a break now. Fernandez tripped up. Still Fernandez goes on. Is it here for Knezovic? The shot. And it's a great save by Marks, though the flag went up before the shot. There's the first real chance there for Raiders. Flag went up, yes, but they capitalised off a mistake there by Spirit. And that's a better sign from the attackers. Fernandez did well to dribble through the challenge of Shoki Yoshida. Ref wave an advantage, but Knezovic just went a split second too early, though. It was Chris Marks in goal with that good save, as Mustafi gives that one away. And Everett is dragged back, and that's Takami with a yellow card there. 3 yellows inside the opening 20 minutes. It's his first yellow card of the season. Clear foul, just dragged his man back. And with the way yellow cards have been flying out in the early goings, can't say you weren't surprised with the early caution. Knezovic sends it out wide, and too wide for Charlie Ragg out on the left-hand side. Chance wasted there by the Raiders. Looked like they were trying to do a set-piece move, one that they could have been doing on the training ground. The pass from Knezovic never looked like it was going to find Ragg, as Kobayashi comes the other way, breaking with speed. Bevan does well to match him, but concedes the corner. Good early contest here. In the opening 20 minutes, both sides wanting to play attacking football, trying to do that high press. Though nothing coming in the ways of goals at the moment. Corners in from Petrados. Cleared away by Amugo. As McGrath is able to clear with it. See with Knezovic. Tries to find McGrath. Cornwell with the slide. Still here with Raiders. Hannigan's out on the far side if they can find him. Though it's cut off well by Mustafi. Hannigan wins it back. Mustafi wins the tackle. Yoshida now breaking the other way. It's here with Petrados. It's a 2-on-4. Costa Petrados gets the shot. It's a great block there by Letta. End-to-end stuff here at the moment. As Everett finds a pocket of space in the middle of the park. And it's here for Bevan. Neither side slowing down. Both playing very high tempo. As Raiders are able to put a couple passes here together. Working side to side. As Spirit put the press on. Force it back to Figueira. He's forced to go long. Mafara tried to find Knezovic, though it was never looking likely. And we all take a breather here. Spirit's turn to put a couple passes together. Mustafi working in tight. Nicholas runs out of room. Hannigan Plays in early towards Fernandez. Still Fernandez. Couple of Spirit players around him. And his deflected effort goes safely in the hands of Chris Marks. Here for Letta. Cleared forward by McGrath towards Fernandez. Here for Rag. Cross in. Amugo's there, but unable to bring it under his control. As there's a high foot there. The referee wants to have a word with Ethan Bevan. My mistake. Offside is what the call is. I just heard from fourth official down below me in that context. Came back from the opposition half into his own half. So that's why Raiders came away with that one. Knezovic loses there. Yoshida. Petrados. Finds Yoshida again. Can he find a man in the middle? Cut back. Chance here. Kobayashi. Great save by Figuera. Still with Yoshida. Dink towards the back post. Header. Not there. From Horikoshi. Still Spirit have it. Mustafi. At Figuera. Chance. Deflection in. Though the flag has gone up on Kobayashi. And we're already... No. Looked like Raiders are already underway here. Though Figuera has stayed down. Frantic couple of minutes there. Spirit. Chance after chance. Good chance initially. Saved by Figuera. And then on the third chance, Mustafi found Kobayashi in the middle. Sorry, found Horikoshi first. His shot was saved. And then Kobayashi tapped it in, though was deemed offside. As Spirit continue to press here for the opener. As Yoshida goes down. And that's Bevan. He'll go into the referee's book. Fourth yellow card inside 26 minutes. 2 for each side now. And this free kick might give everyone a second to catch their breaths. After a relentless couple of minutes there for Spirit. We're very eager to find the game's opener here. Figuera's been called into action many times already so far. Might be called into action here again. As Yoshida stands over this one. Goes for the shot. And it's up and over. And you got to say, a chance wasted. Whether it was a shot or a cross, it was all too high for everybody. And when that penalty area was filled with green and yellow shirts, one has to think they better off putting in the mixer and hoping for a scramble in those tight scenarios. Yoshida wins that one. Petrados goes up. Alawala goes up. Bevan misses. Yoshida controls it. Yoshida cutting in. Cut back. And Figuera comes out strongly to collect. Quickly surrounded by yellow shirts. Ismail Farah still has it. And wins the foul on Alawalia. Mafara lively in the middle so far. Wanting to demonstrate to his brother on the sideline. that he's the better Malfara brother, as that one goes wide to Rag. Brings it down beautifully. Here for Fernandez. Back to Rag. Is there a chance here for Raiders? Closed down by Rag. Amugo chasing after it and puts in a strong tackle. And the ref will pay the free kick. Spirit plays asking for a card. Though nothing given. It looks like Williams down on the far touch side. When you look at these two sides' form when it comes to home and away, neither side have a real advantage in this contest. The Raiders, just 2 wins at home this season, wins against Manly United and St. George FC. They've had to have a tough run at home. They have faced Sydney United 58, Apia Leichhardt, Rockdale, Illidan and Sydney Olympic all at home. Unable to win any of those games. But it has been tough going at home for the newly promoted Raiders in their debut season. Likewise for Spirit, not the best in terms of road warriors. 2 wins as well away from home at St. George and at Sydney Olympic. Those 2 wins coming from. Other than that, it's been 2 losses and a draw, as that one was nearly picked off by Betrados. It's like we're seeing in this opening half hour of play, fairly even, on the field and off the field statistically, as both sides still search for this opener. As that one is sent long, Amugo unable to get there before Cornwell. Yoshida's touch is heavy. Bevan to Knezovic. Now Fernandez. Fernandez turns. Mustafi on him. And Mustafi wins the battle. Here with Yoshida. Passed on to Horikoshi. Horikoshi trying to get past Everett. Finds support. And Mustafi takes a second to look. Recycles it to Nicholas. Now to Captain Cornwell. Kobayashi goes back to Marks. They've pushed them back here, Raiders. Though Mustafi has space here to drive into. An attacking threat, Mustafi. 2 goals already this season. Plays that to Yoshida. The cross in. Over the head of everybody. As Betrados and Williams chase for it. Williams comes the better of it. In towards Mill again. And cleared. As Amugo tries to win it. Aluale forced to send it out over the far sideline. As Raiders look to restart here at the halfway mark. With only 13 minutes to go for the halftime stoppage. Plenty of fighting grit in this one. Though no goals to show for it for either side at the moment. Are we destined for a change in the scoreline? As Spirit look to press here once again. Up to Rag. Beautiful movement there by the Rays. Now they can bring it out to the near side. Sent here to Hannigan. Hannigan touches it down well and can drive forward. Here's Knezovic. Good turn into space. Can he find that final pass? Hannigan and Rag are on either side of that. The pass was always too heavy and travelling out over the back far sideline. Cornwell put under pressure here by Mugo. Trying to shield the ball. Fernandez joins in. And Amugo goes through Cornwall. Cornwall. And Amugo were doing a good tussle there. Full possession, Cornwall shielding well. Though that last one, too strong. Deemed by the referee. No card shown to Amugo. Though that could be his last warning before he's also sent into the very busy book of Harriet G. He's already issued 4 cautions already, as that one is high and long. Rag goes up, wins that. Tee now for Spirit. Petrados surrounded by Green. Mafara goes down, play on. Petrados with the shot. And it looked like Figueroa got a touch on that, or else it should have been a tap in for Horikoshi at the far post. Mafara went down during the instance. Petrados was able to get something in towards the middle. Horikoshi was there. Though you have to imagine that Figueroa got something on that. Very busy in this first half, Figueroa. Multiple saves already, including probably his best save from Simon Nicholas, who had an effort from range. You have to watch it all the way carefully and push it up over the bar. As Williams finds his captain Cornwall, finds Kobayashi. Aloale, surrounded by Green. Amugo comes away with it. Now Hannigan, unable to find Knezovic, and Spirit will look to reset. Pushed up to Mustafi. Knezovic putting pressure on Aloale. Cross unable to beat Bevan at the front post. And cleared away by Raiders. Hugo goes up, misses the first header, strong tackle. And it'll be Spirit throw. Mustafi switches it and find Kobayashi in some space. Out to Williams. Now Kobayashi. Is there something here for Spirit? Kobayashi cut in. And again, unable to find a yellow spur in that final pass. Petrados unable to get past his man. It's that final pass to Spirit that's lacking at the moment. Able to get in some dangerous areas and push Raiders under some serious pressure. Though that final third pass is what's looking to land them down. And it's here with Matt Farah, who wins the foul. Knezovic switches it. Everett. Can he find a play in green? Amugo touches Knezovic. Over the top for Amugo. But Cornwall does well. Oh, it's a foot race here. Two green. Hannigan takes out Cornwall. Calls for a yellow card for Cooper Hannigan, and it is. It's a yellow card for Cooper Hannigan. It's his 5th of the season. That means he will miss his game's next fixture, his side's next fixture. Have to check whether that is transferred into the Oz Cup, because that is their next fixture. the Raiders. They have a midweek Oz Cup fixture. Though if it's not, he'll miss their next home game next week against the Sharks. His second suspension of the year, it will be for Cooper Hannigan. Shown a straight red in their 5-1 loss at Olympic earlier in the season. And now he's picked up 5 yellow cards, which will lead to a 1-game ban. Very choppy to describe this first 45 minutes. Lots of fouls, lots of heated pressure. Though no goals to show for it. I can only imagine the tempers and the contest will continue into the second 45. And I dare say, with 5 yellow cards already issued in this match, could we end with both teams still on 11 players? That is yet to be seen. That's here for Rag. Finds Mafara. Unable to find Everett, though wins it back in the midfield, tussling for it. Everett wins it. Is it here for Reyes? Knezovic. Cuts on his left. The cross in. And Mustafi. Sorry, Marquez. Marks. Gets behind it. Four clean sheets. 4 Chris Marks in goals, for Spirit, the very dependable number 1 for Spirit. Though went the entire month of April without a clean sheet. His last one coming in their 3-0 win against St. George. It was now over a month past since their last clean sheet. I'm sure he and the Spirit defenders will be hoping to turn that stat around. As this one comes all the way across to Ethan Bevan. One of those 5 plays on a yellow. Tries to find a Mugo. Strong hold by Nicholas. Played out to Rag. He's got let going on the overlap, though comes inside. Tearful with McGrath. Raiders trying to end this half strongly. As Mustafi goes through Knezovic there. It's Mafara and Knezovic standing over this one. Mafara looking the more likely. Knezovic with an assist last week in that first goal for Charlie Rag. So Mafara will be the one to swing it in. Into it's dangerous. Marks comes out and is able to collect cleanly. Looks for the quick release. Spirit look to break, though there's lots of green shirts back. The Horikoshi. He's found some space. It's Horikoshi still. Cuts inside. Tries to cut back on his right. Now it's it for Kobayashi. Joins the attack. Takami. Kobayashi's pass goes astray, though. Wins it back. And turns on it. Drives into some space. And wins the free kick. Another foul here for Spirit in a dangerous area. Can they make one of these chances count? With just 2 minutes remaining in the opening 45. Andre Takami and Zain Alawalia over the top of this one. It's looking like it's going to be quick free kick. The cross in, back post. Cleared away. Still here with Spirit. Raiders unable to clear. Cornwall. Yoshida unable to get a foot in. Now cleared. When Mustafi cuts out the pass to Amugo. Over the top, tries to find Petrados. And Figuera comes out to collect. Very busy in net is Michael Figuera during this opening half. As that one's forward to Fernandez, Flagger stayed down. And Chris Marks has to come out and clear his lines. Yoshida tried to flick that one on to Petrados. And Hannigan happy to go back to his keeper. Headed on to Amugo though. There's 2 steps forward of the Spirit backline. As we get set to see how many additional minutes there will be in this first 45. And it'll just be the one additional minute here to end this very frantic and aggressive first half. Mustafi. Alawale goes on the overlap. Wall of green shirts in front of them. Crossing for Alawale. Though cleared away. And Knezovic cleans up the scraps. Fernandez been quiet. Has the ball here. Does well with 2 on him. Everett up to Knezovic. Lovely 1-2 there. Touch is heavy though. Comes away with it. There's a chance here now. It's Hannigan. Izzy's able to find Amugo in the box. Everett is there as well. The cutback. And it's Riku Kobayashi coming in clutch for defense. Doing his defensive duties there. The leading goal scorer for Spirit. Comes up big there on the cutback. As Raiders look to come again here. Through Knezovic. Now Farah. Though that is all is written for the first 45 minutes. Very entertaining and very physical opening 45 here between SD Raiders and NWS Spirit. No goals to show for it as yet, though sure to be a lively second half after the halftime stoppage. Back in 15 minutes to finish off this round 14 fixture. Don't go away.
Just another reminder that the canteen is open, the bar is also open, and this is your last chance to purchase the Mother's Day raffle tickets.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff.
Second half action will begin shortly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wasn't expecting this much, tension and fight.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Like I said, with 5 yellow cards already, it's like, dang. Someone may be walking by the end of the 45.
I thought someone was going to get the red. Keep hearing the whistle over there.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep thinking like the game's stopping.
Yeah.
It's in this game.
It's annoying. There's 1 or 2 attackers that are new to the starting 11 that haven't practiced as much. That I need to keep looking down to see their name, but because they're in the attacking half, I'm looking down.
I don't like it in the night time. I feel this when you're over there.
Yeah.
Like if the coach down here, it's like yelling. I look down and I look up and it's
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, where is it?
Literally.
Just another reminder that there will be somebody trying to get you to purchase some raffle tickets for Mother's Day. This will be your last chance. So if you see the young lady, contribute and make Mum happy.
I watch all my games as soon as I get home and bed, and I re-watch them all just so here.
I'll do the same. There's even a few times there, I'm talking and I catch myself a moment ago.
You do it. So have you got your missus watching?
Everyone's watching. Dad just literally sent a message going, good first half.
Pressure on me now. Where's that guy? He lost the ball so many times.
I was saying that like, oh, you know, I want to come to the game and stuff, but I don't do this. And I'm like, well, there's good thing about commentary. Like, I can't, like, you're not watching me. You just put on and just hear what I'm doing.
Because that's essentially what you're doing.
That's it, yeah. I'm like, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to be here. You can still see what I'm doing.
Yeah, before I start, I always ask myself, like, I think this is what I want.
Yeah.
I've filled in, and everyone's like, you should put like your finger in like the top, and that's like your signature, so we know it's you.
Yeah.
We've got 116 people watching. Nice.
Trying to get the scores of the other games, but the score bug's gone away. 13th minute it was 1-1, but since then, no mugs, no like live chats. You can't even ask.
Go back.
Well, like you can go back, but like it was like the 17th minute at 1-1 when the bug went out,
Okay.
and since then it's been 12 minutes. So.
They don't do live scores on the website.
No website and like not even on Dribble either. Check it out. Anything planned for tomorrow? Yeah. Same. Go see Nan and Mum do like a little cupcakes and scones at Nan's place.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just like, see. Oh, yeah. Colder now. Yeah, 6. No.
This is the final call for the raffle tickets. Make sure that you purchase the raffle tickets for the Mother's Day, because once half time is over, that'll be the end. And it will be drawn at the end of the game. So give the young lady something to do and buy some tickets.
Welcome back for the second half of this very entertaining round 14 fixture, National Premier League New South Wales, SD Rays, NWS Spirit locked at 0-0. Don't let the scoreline fool you though. It's been a highly entertaining fixture here at Ernie Smith Reserve. Spirit, a lot more of the clearer chances, forcing Michael Figuera into some wonderful saves in that first half. Raiders breaking on the counter, found some purchase in the attacking third, though nothing to show for it as we're underway here. And we'll see if there is an opener in the second 45. Both teams, like I said at the start of the broadcast, looking to rediscover some form. Spirit coming off a win, breaking their 3-game winless drought. And Raiders 2 wins before their loss last weekend to Apia. That's here for Fernandez. Cleared up by Letta. And McGrath put under pressure by Petrados. Needs to be careful. Trust his keeper to clear the lines forward. Knezovic looking to break with speed. He has that deadly speed if he's able to run. As he pressures with Marks. Cleared away. It's here for Charlie Ragg. Goal scorer and assist last week. Looking to possibly be the difference here tonight as well. The winter chill has definitely set here at the Fortress at Ernie Smith Reserve. Bit of a fog haze flooding the floodlights here as the temperature only continues to drop here on the Saturday night fixture. As Rags wins the contest here, plays Everett, plays it up to Hannigan up top. As there's a foul and given away there. Cooper Hannigan very forward there. Caught me out by surprise. That was in that central striker's position as he retreats back to his more natural right back position after committing that foul. Already on a yellow. 1 of 5 given in that first half. 3 for SD Rays, Hannigan, Letta and Bevan, all with cautions. And for Spirit, it's Williams and Takami walking the line. Lots of fouls in that first half, which forced a lot of cautions. And if it continues in the second half, could be possibly seeing someone getting an early marching order, as Chris Marks will start here once again. Up towards McGrath and Petrados. McGrath gets up well. And Rugg plays it off Williams and wins the throw. Tries to find a Mugo in behind. Puts a shoulder into Cornwall. And foul given against the Mugo for that shoulder. Raiders bench not happy with that decision. Mugo looked to got past Cornwall, though deemed illegally by centre referee. As Marks clears his line once again. Hannigan wins the header again. Mafara. Caught late by Petrados. No foul given. And it's Mugo and Hannigan out on the right side. Lots of speed. Pushed on to Hannigan. And Mustafi puts in a strong challenge in the corner, won by Raiders. Good opening period for the Raiders, coming out the stronger of the two sides. Spirit arguably winning that first half in terms of momentum and chances, though it's Raiders who's come out of the locker room with more intent. Everyone back by Horikoshi for Spirit. Knezovic is showing short, now moves away. As the corner swung in high. Amugo rises. Still there. Petrados clears. Shouts for handball. Nothing given. Petrados, the player in question. Again, the Raiders bench rate from their seats. Definitely momentum with the home side now. As Sergio Mofara calls his side to press up. Hannigan driving towards the middle. Lovely ball out to Charlie Ragg. Can Ragg do something here with it now? Cuts back on his right. Crossing towards the back post. And just no one there. But positive movements here for the home side. Whatever the message was from Goran Laboya at halftime is clearly working. 5th season in charge is Laboya. He's had a successful reign here at SD Raiders. Obviously, won the promotion relegation playoff last year to earn their debut spot in NPL New South Wales. Another achievement to cap off last year was a Waratah Cup semi-final appearance. Lost to eventual winners Sydney United, and they also, in doing so, qualified for the national round of the Australia Cup round 32. They faced MacArthur, A-League side, in a, you could say, unofficial Southwest Sydney derby. Unable to win in that contest, though obviously a great experience and achievement for this club, only 14 years young. As Williams will retake the throw-in. Goes back to his captain in Cornwall. Raiders happy to let Spirit have it. Mugo now presses. Cornwall goes long. Trying to find Williams. Eventually finds no one. As Letter will retake the throw. Raiders are still in this year's edition of the Australia Cup, playing their 6th round fixture, preliminary 6th round, I should say, this coming week against St. George in what is a busy week for Laboya's side. Play here tonight. They got St. George City away on Wednesday in the Cup before welcoming Sutherland Sharks next week. This is their 2nd of 4 games in a row for the Raiders. Appia last week. Spirit tonight. Sutherland the week after. As Amugo comes away with it. It's a 4-on-3. Rags, first time pass, unable to get past Alawale.
Hey, you watched it. You saw it. You saw it. Make sure you see it. The ball's out. You watch it.
It's here with Fernandez. Quite a night for Fernandez. 4 goals in his last 5 for the team's leading goal scorer. That's out to Hannigan, who's been busy here tonight. Though Mustafi does the better of him on that occasion, winning the goal kick. Lots of action in an always action-packed weekend of NPL New South Wales football. Looking at the other fixtures around the grounds tonight, or I should say this weekend, Man United kicked off the weekend last night with a 2-0 home win over UNSW. That win pushed them above the Raiders. Raiders were 11th going into this weekend, though that win over UNSW pushes them to 12th. As Yoshida here, is there a chance for the opener? Yoshida still going, chance! And it's gone across the face of goal. Another chance goes begging for Spirit. Capitalizing off the mistake from Raiders. We've been so good in this opening 10 minutes. First sign of goal here for Spirit in the second half. Falls to Yoshida. Unable to put it in the back of the net. In a bit of a dry spell is Yoshida. Didn't score at all through the month of April. And that chance there was a very good one to get his name back on the score sheet. As Petrardo swings that one in. It's here with Cornwall. Needs help. And Everett is there to clear it away, only as far as Mustafi. Though his effort goes out over the sideline. As I was saying, in terms of the fixtures, Manly with that 2-0 win earlier today. Western Sydney Wanderers Academy held 4th place Wollongong Wolves to a 0-0 draw. A positive result for Spirit. If they're able to win here, it will push them within 1 win of the Wolves in 4th. And currently, it's a titanic clash happening at Lambert Park between league leaders Sydney United 58 and second place Appia Leichhardt. Appia Leichhardt is 2-1 up at home at the halftime interval in that top of the table clash. That started 15 minutes after our contest here at Ernie Smith Reserve. So lots of action. We've also got Marconi versus Sydney Olympic later tonight. And an all-Australian Championship showdown. The two foundation clubs battling it out there, out at Marconi. For St. George City host the Sutherland Sharks. And then tomorrow you got Blacktown City hosting St. George FC. Both sides needing 3 points desperately in that battle before Rockdale take on Sydney FC, which is another fixture that Spirit will be keeping a close eye on as Alawale pushes it out to Kobayashi here. Now on to Petrados. Those shut down well by Lachlan Everett. And cleared up the line. As Cornwall keeps in play, still down this near side. And last touch coming off Zane Alawalia. Both teams a lot more settled so far in this second 45. Very frantic in that first half. Lots of end-to-end chances as Spirit are starting to grow into the second half. Nicholas is forward. Mustafi into Petrados. Goes down under pressure. Mustafi still with it. Gets past one. Surrounded by Green. Goes back to Yoshida. And now they look to recycle. All the way back to Cornwall. Now Alawale. Knezovic coming with pressure. Takami. The vital touch there. And it's back out wide with Yoshida. Cutting back inside. Tries to feed in. Horikoshi. No, just runs out of room. Cornwall sends it back into the mixer. Takami with a good turn over the top for Horikoshi. They're always going to the keeper. Shouts here from the Spirit bench. Horikoshi has stayed down. Didn't see what happened, but Ethan Bevan and Deizo Horikoshi look to have come together. There could also be both benches up in arms about that one. Referee comes over to check on Horikoshi, who returned to the starting lineup tonight. back from injury and back into the starting 11. As nothing comes from that incident. And Raiders will start again with a drop ball. Just shows how much tension is in this one, how much 3 points means to both sides. How much both sides need 3 points. Draw is no good to either side. The Spirit are getting ready with 2 subs below us. Looking to gain control back here in this fixture. 15 gone. Half hour mark. Still nothing to show for it from either side. As Charlie Ragg tried to force that on. Williams read it. Mugo intercepts. Sent forward by Everett. And there's a call back for a free kick here on a Mugo. Malfara places this into the mixer. Trying to find a green shirt, and Mugo's at the back post arriving. And Marks had to come and collect it. Rolls it out to his centre back here in Williams. His effort unable to find the advancing Horikoshi. As we pause for those substitutions. Double sub here for NWS Spirit. Shoki Yoshida making way for Sam Arson. And Andre Dakami coming off for Khan Nizam. Like for like subs. Looking to get the opener here.
Spirit, number 11, Khan Nizam.
It's here on the far side with Hannigan. Seen a lot of the ball tonight. Cooper Hannigan. They liked working down that right-hand side. Come out here on the left side with Knezovic. Hasn't found the space that he prefers as he loses that one. Horikoshi coming the other way. Kobayashi on the overlap. Plays in the middle if he can find him. The pass back to Horikoshi. Left short. No foul tussle there. And James Lett is able to clear. Only as far as the substitute in Armson. Mustafi rides the challenge. Nizam cuts in. Petrados is there. Unable to get a foot in. And cleared away by Raiders. Still with Spirit. Still they search for the open. And Cornwell high and long. And Figueroa collects once again. Another chance goes begging for Spirit. Multiple times they've had chances in that final third. But like I said earlier, it's that final pass has been letting them down. And still we remain scoreless. As Knezovic forces Cornwall to play it out. Charlie Ragg looks to restart quickly. Back to McGrath. Now Bevan. Tries the big switch out to the near side here. And it's too high and too far for Rag. Nicholas rides the challenge of Fernandez. Able to find Mustafi out in the wing with room to run into. Amugo chasing back, gets a foot in. Now it's Amugo and Armson going into battle. Armson wins the strength battle and comes away with it for his side. Hannigan with an audacious switch, finds Knezovic, Rags on the overlap. Is there a chance here for Raiders? Rag cuts on his right, back to Knezovic, chance to shoot, he does! And the curling effort wasn't too far away. Best chance of the night for the home side. Had Chris Marks in goal, scrambling, fingertips out, trying to push it past the far post. The curling effort just didn't curl enough to get on the inside. And it's a real dangerous chance for Raiders, who have been good here in the opening 20 minutes of the second half. As Raiders looking like they're getting their own subs prepared here. Mugo coming to press Marks. Now push onto Cornwall. Knezovic under pressing. And he wins the throw-in. Good press there by Raiders. Spirit, who looked like they were just getting that control back in this game. Raiders have taken it right back. Knezovic and Rag, at the moment, the two focal points for attack for the home side. Bevan tried to thread it to Fernandez, loses out. It's Nizam on the other hand, but Fernandez does well and chases back. All the way back. Figueroa had to clear his lines. With pressure coming. Bit of afters here between Knezovic and Williams. We play on with Alawalia. Williams finds Kobayashi. Receives the turn ball. Lovely one-touch football. Petrados back to Kobayashi. Afara left something in on Petrados. No foul. Two Spirit players on the ground. Still down. Amugo comes the other way, but his touch pushes out over the sideline. Petrados and Kobayashi left down after that play, as Raiders will make a substitute of their own here in the stoppage. It's Riley Cox-Barlow coming on for Martin Fernandez. Riley Cox-Barlow has one goal to his name. Sorry, double substitution here. So it's Cox-Barlow on for Fernandez. And Mihail Marcic also coming on for Robert Amugo. Like I said, Cox-Barlow with a goal so far this NPL season. Can he find his second here and be the difference? Alawale looks for the overlap, the shot. Not troubling Figueroa in goals. Just confirming it was Martin Fernandez and Robert Amugo coming off for Riley Cox-Barlow and Mihail Marcic coming on. So 2 attacking players off, 2 attacking players on. Martin Fernandez and Robert Amugo, 7 goals between them going into this fixture, though. Both had very quiet nights in front of goal. And Goran Laboya trusting his bench to hopefully get the goal to give him 3 points. Letter out to Rag. Intensity dropping just a little bit in terms of press from Spirit. The high press that was causing trouble for Raiders. Showing a little bit here now, but Raiders almost played their way out of it. Still might, and they do with Hannigan. Players streaming forward. Even number of players back and forward for both sides. The cutback, Knezovic was coming in. It was Cornwall with the clearance. Sent back forward. It finds Rag on the far side. Flag is down. Rag and Williams. Rag working to try and get on his right foot. Passes left short. And Everett forced the foul. Armson. As there's 2 more subs here for Spirit. It's a return of Corey Kavanagh, making his first appearance on the season. And it's Thomas Mason coming on for Daiso Horikoshi. And it was also Zane Alawale coming off as well. So good to see Corey Kavanagh back on the field. His coach Sergio Malfara echoing that praise before game when I talked to him. He was happy to see Corey back in the matchday squad. Sent forward, nice touch there by Cox Barlow. The one that is only able to roll to Chris Marks.
Substitution number 6, Corey Kavanagh.
Press here for Raiders. Kavanagh coming to support the press. Sorry, Knezovic. Good press there by Raiders. Put Chris Marks under some pressure. He walks over to collect the football, trying to take the sting out of it. Possibly knows that Raiders on top at the moment with their tails up. He's trying to slow the tempo down. Long towards Petrados. Petrados and McGrath having a good battle all game. Kobayashi goes up. Well, almost under pressure there by Cox Barlow. Cox Barlow lively. Those fresh feet. Possibly proving difficult to Spirit backlines. McGrath wins an important header there. Letter with the second ball. It's Williams that comes away with it. Finds Petrados. Tries to get out underneath his feet. Kobayashi is there, but was in offside position.
Hey, come on, come on. Keep it. Let's keep it. Let's keep the ball. Let's keep it for a bit. Let's keep the ball, Tommy. Let's keep it.
Another substitution for the Raiders, number 19, Riley Barlow.
In the corner.
Referee making sure the restart's taken from the correct position. It's sent forward by Figuera. Armson rises well. Petrados tries to play his on to Mason. Williams with a nice touch. Long ball, found McGrath. Mason still pressing. Forced a rush clearance out from Figuera. It's Kavanagh almost finding Kobayashi with a lovely threaded ball. Cut out there by Letta. Tempo rising a little bit more now. The overlap by Mustafi, unused by Nizam. As he wins the corner. As we enter the final 15 minutes here at Ernie Smith Reserve. Highly entertaining game, though still nothing to show for it. Will we have an opener, possibly winner, in the final closing stages of this one? As Petrada swings it in, high towards the back post. Cornwell's there, heads it back in towards the middle. Still not cleared. The chance off the crossbar from Kobayashi. And now Raiders could break. Nicholas with an important header. Though it's still here for Knezovic. It's a 3-on-4. Ball in towards the middle to Rag. Cut out by Cornwell. Cleared away by Armson. Mason gets there first. Keeps it in. Then McGrath wins the ball back. Great chance there. But Kobayashi off the corner. Acrobatic effort from the Japanese. Don't know if Figuera and goals knew much about it, but it hit ever so delicately off the crossbar and thankfully away for Raiders. Back and forth with momentum. As Spirit regain possession in the middle of the park. It's here with Armson. Kobayashi happy to put it back towards Nicholas. Out wide for Nizam. He's forced to turn back. Spirit trying to work it delicately now. Down the left-hand side. Cross in. And Figuera comes up to collect. And releases Rag on this left-hand side. Tries to find Cox Barlow. Knezovic is pulled up there. Holding his groin on the break there. Looked like a dangerous one there for Raiders. And Knezovic just held up there, stopping that promising attack. Raiders will have to get ready a sub. It's here again with Spirit. Petrados now out in the left flank. Mustafi on the overlap. The cross in, too heavy once again. For a goal kick. And they'll make this substitution. Luka Knezovic coming off. Forced off, I should say. Holding his groin. Maybe Thomas Mako. Replacing the number 10. With 12 minutes remaining. Both coaches have played their cards, made the substitutions. I believe they both have one left. Though, at this point in the game, they have to trust the players they have on the field
Thomas Macko.
to see if they can find a winner here. It's here with Letter. Now Rag, surrounded by Yellow. Comes away with it. Still driving Williams. And he goes down. Shouts for a yellow. Wanting to play quickly is Raiders. Referee holding it up. And it'll be Corey Kavanagh. Enters the referee books. Back in the team sheet. Back on the field. And back into the referee's notebook for his first of the season. Chance here for Cox Barlow. Shot deflected. Still there for Raiders. Cleared away. Everett brings it under control. Hannigan bombs it forward. McGrath is there. And Marks will clear. And now there's a break here. If Thomas Mason is able to bring this under control. Played back. Petrados was there. Figueroa just got there. 2 steps ahead of the forward. Rag forced to play back. And it's a free kick against Raiders, against Rags. Referee didn't deem that Rag was fouled going down. Rag tried to win the free kick by holding onto the football. But Harriet G, center referee, gave the free kick the other way. Spirit come back here on the right side with Williams. Kobayashi. Mason unable to make it stick. And the clearance from Everett, unable to find Cox Barlow. Frantic stuff now. With less than 10 minutes to go. Williams pass. Left short. Tuss here with Cox Barlow. Cleared away. Finds Malfara with some space. He's able to get out underneath his feet. He does so. Hannigan. Pushed out wide. Though the flag went up. On Marchich. Could have broke there for Raiders. The Spirit will come back the other way. Kobayashi. Is there one moment of brilliance from either side? One bit of magic could be the difference in this one. It's here with Williams. Kobayashi. Driving, cutting in, cut back. Petrados is there. Unable to find Kavanagh on the cutback. And now released. Though Nicholas with a great chest down to Cox Barlow on the return. Petrados unable to get the return ball back from Armson. Malfara clears it up. Cox Barlow will chase. Communication had to be key there. Chris Marks had to come out. Nicholas tried to header it back to his keeper. But it wasn't the most powerful of efforts. As that's sent forward to Petrados. Hits off his head. Cut back cross. It was an awkward looping cross from Petrados. You had Thomas Mason chasing after it. Figueroa looked worried there for a split second. Possibly trying to sneak inside that far post. Though nothing going. It's switched out to Hannigan. Forward to Marchich. Cuts beautifully, gets in behind his defender. Is there a moment here for Raiders? Beat his man once, couldn't beat him again. And Raiders Spirit come the other way. Mason with speed. McGrath trying to put him off. Thomas Mason, is this the moment? And it's a great block by captain James Letter. McGrath all over Thomas Mason. Mason able to ride the challenge. Get the shot off, but it was not the most powerful with Letter coming back. It's given away there. Bragg finds Mako. Cuts inside. Loses out to Kavanagh. Nizam. Final 5 minutes here. Raiders will use their last 2 subs when the ball goes out next. Down the line, Mustafi. Known for an assist. Cuts it back for Armson. Now Nicholas. And they'll come all the way back to Cornwall. Here for Mason. McGrath does well. Now Malfara. Apologies, Letter. And now Rays could break. It's Malfara. Marcic. Runs out of room. Runs out of space. Both coaches up and out of their technical area. Willing their teams on from the side. That one's cut out by Mako. Can Raiders break? It's Thomas Mako. Leaves it for Everett. Cox Barlow. Slowly gets to that one. Here with Rag. And they'll come all the way back to McGrath. Time ticking away from both sides if they're wanting to take all 3 points here. Letter to Rag. And it's Williams now. Kobayashi. Spirit just happy to keep it here on the near side. Recycle it out to the left. Nicholas to Mustafi. Armson back to Mustafi. Mustafi driving in towards the middle now. Gets a shot. And just dragged it across the face as both sides prepare substitutions here. Benduro comes on for Kaya Williams. Attacking-minded sub here for Spirit. Lachlan Everett will also make way for Jacob Bassa. And it's Sebastian Malfara coming off for Thomas Santarossi. So very attacking-minded changes here from both coaches with just 2 minutes remaining of the 90. Throwing everything at it now, both sides. Will there be a winner? Press coming from Petrados. Cleared away by Figuera. Cleared too well as it goes just over out over the near side. Sam forward, Kobayashi chasing after it. And wins the battle over Thomas Santarossi. One of those substitutes that just joined the action. Thomas Mason unable to make a stick. Petrados trying to win the battle. Still has it. Bendoru. Sam Arson. And just wide of the post. Figuera looked like he had it covered all the way. The fourth official gets ready to display how many stoppage time minutes there will be added on. The Spirit with the header. Bendoru over to Kobayashi. Space to drive in here. Is this the moment? Kobayashi tries to cut on his left. Runs out of room, surrounded by green shirts. Able to clear only as far as Mason. In towards Petrados. Back to Armson. Trying to find Nizam on the far side as the sign for 3 added minutes goes up. Draw doesn't do much for either side. Spirit could possibly drop out of the 6 with a draw. And if Sydney FC are able to beat Rockdale tomorrow, so not a good scenario here for Sergio Malfara's side, who just got back to winning ways, dropping points away from home. Likewise could be same for Southern District Raiders, as here with Petrados. Is there one final moment? Needs to be critical here with that final pass. Here with Mason. Kobayashi. Back to Kavanagh. And now Rays will come the other way. Those Malbassa who got the ball stuck in his foot. That's a strong talon from Thomas Mason on Thomas Mako as he went to the book here in stoppage time. Time continues to tick away. Shouts continue from the benches, urging their sides on. Shouts for a handball waved away from Malbassa. And now Spirit could break to Bendoru. Great chance. Tackle there. Armson tried to receive the return ball, but it was too heavy. Figueroa will come the other way. Kitchen sink time for both sides. As Spirit win the foul there. Plays it quickly. Kavanagh and Armson keeping it. Cornwell forced to send it long. Trials doesn't put head to it. Cox Barlow rises. Send forward to Malbassa. As Cox Barlow comes away, second best from that challenge with Cornwall. Out wide to Mustafi. Mustafi in towards the middle. And it's gone out for a corner off the foot of Lachlan McGrath. And there'll be one last chance here for Spirit. Raiders bench calling for the full-time whistle. Is there going to be late drama? Corner played shortly to Mustafi. Back to Petrados. In towards the middle. Chance. Cornwell couldn't find a head on it. Cleared away. Cox Barlow with a head. And now could break. Letta trying to win the battle. Cox Barlow stumbling to the shackle. And that will do it. As there's a bit of afters here, signifying a very tight and fierce contest here at Ernie Smith Reserve. Nothing to show for it on the score line. Nothing, the final score. Though both players look exhausted out in the field, bodies everywhere for both Spirit and SD Raiders, as there's a bit of words after this in the handshakes. Draw favours really neither side. as they both will see this as points dropped when they should have been taking maximum points. Both sides did have their fair set of chances and could have won it inside the 90 minutes. Michael Figuera for SD Rays in goals kept very busy and probably kept his side in that contest for a large period of time. Though SD Rays did have their chance to capture the win, especially in that second half where they were the better of the two sides. Nothing to show for it, one draw, 1 point apiece for both sides as it ends 0-0. Scoreless draw here at Ernie Smith Reserve between SD Raiders and NWS Spirit.
Premier Kitchens Australia, Rock Creek, NPL Projects, Independent Skin, Versus Sports, and the Athletic Hub.
It was, you know how I know it was a good game? I kept on.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the thing, when both teams kind of, look frustrated with that as well. It's like both sides knew they could have got something out of it.
Yeah.
It's funny, I think I jinxed ourselves for this one when they got the assignment for this game. Like back when they came out, I said, "You watch, it'll be a nil game." Sure enough, it was.
I think it's nil.
Yeah. I think even in my writing games, I haven't had a nil game. But yeah, I've seen this was a better nil game than I've seen like 1-0, 2-0 games kind of thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in our Mother's Day raffle this weekend. We would like to thank Abervale Jiggers, Points at Weatherall Park for sponsoring the prizes. We wish everyone good luck and we'll draw first prize. So Sam, can you take the first ticket? It's a green C43. Elaine, green C43. If you're here, I'll give you 2 minutes to come down and collect your first prize. Green C43. Got 2 minutes to come down. Alright, while we're waiting for first prize to come down, we'll draw second prize. Alright, the winner of our second prize is Black D73. Black D73.
Congrats on the first. Probably see you around the circuit.
There's somebody here with D